Evolve Beyond Borders is proud to introduce Divkiran Kathuria, Global Head, Talent Marketplace, and TA Transformation at Seagate. Divkiran is a global thought leader and seasoned HR technology and transformation professional. She has implemented large-scale HR programs and has a proven expertise in scouting and assessing next-gen HCM startups. Let's welcome Divkiran as she shares her insights on developing and scouting talent without borders internally with AI-based talent marketplace.
Thank you so much for joining us today and inviting me to share my experience today on how can we develop and scout a talent beyond borders with an AI-based talent marketplace and make our company's talent model more robust and more futuristic. So, the world of work as we know it is changing. Everything is being transformed at an unprecedented rate, whether it's our workforce, or our workplace. The pandemic has drastically reshaped the economy and the labor force. Since its rapid spread around the globe, almost about 2 years back, we've experienced titanic shifts in how we work, where we work, and the technologies we use to work and stay connected. But COVID has only accelerated what was in the wings. While globalization, changing demographics, new behaviors powered by mobiles and consumer grade applications, and a rapid acceleration in advancement and access to technology was already shaping the future of work. COVID-19 sort of accelerated this change and gave us what we know as the new normal. The new normal, where even VUCA as we know it has been disrupted by two capital D's of disruption and diversity. We live in a time period named Industry 4.0. Some of you might have heard. We're also starting to now talk about Industry 5.0, but Industry 4.0 is characterized by advances in AI and automation that are revolutionizing and disrupting well-established roles and professions at an unprecedented pace. The World Economic Forum's 2018 Future of Jobs report predicted that by 2022, 75 million jobs across 20 major economies will be displaced by emerging technologies. Interestingly, this does not mean people are being pushed out of the job market, though. This same report also predicts that 133 million new roles are expected to be created by these very same technological advances. But what does all this mean for talent? The perpetual challenge of finding the right people for the right role at the right time is even more critical than before for organizations to thrive in an uncertain economy like today, to ensure that the orgs have enough agility and resilience to be more proactive and rather than being reactive to these uncertainties that we all are facing. As per SHRM research report, 83% of HR professionals reported having difficulty recruiting suitable job candidates, and that was in 2019. It's only increased since then. One of the biggest challenges that HR professionals face is not being able to find the right skills, even if the profile is a fitment, even if there is a good candidate available. Now, think about the 133 million new roles we just talked about. That will need to be filled. These new jobs still require relevant training and needs us to invest in acquiring new skills as the skill gap between the jobs in demand and jobs we do today increases. Reports say that at least 40% of the workforce will need to upskill or reskill in 6 months or less. Core skills for existing jobs are also set to change by 40%, and 50% of all professionals will need to renew their skills sooner or later. And if this wasn't challenging enough for the war of talent, let's throw in the great resignation, the talent tsunami, the quiet quitting, and the ever increasing skill gap. For organizations everywhere, this seems like a huge challenge, but I believe that this is also a pivotal moment teeming with enormous challenges and immense possibilities. Those who can rethink, reimagine, and reinvent their culture and their operating models to be more agile, more resilient, more human, and more borderless minded will have an edge and thrive in the new uncertainty. And this is where a talent marketplace, sort of fits in beautifully. Um, the concept of a talent marketplace is at its core simply a way to bring together the buyers, which is the managers of work within the organization, and sellers, which is the provider of talent and skills to deliver that work, and balance this demand and supply of talent, skills, and experience across the organization, making it available where it is needed. This marketplace can be used not only for talent identification, it can be used for engagement, development, but also to increase awareness and deployment of certain future focused skills and make your talent operating models truly boundaryless, truly borderless. Generally, as a concept, talent marketplaces today are an AI enabled platform that connects your internal talent with potential positions and development opportunities within the organizations. The organizations today have had to, confront a dramatic shift in the talent market, increasing the need to leverage the internal talent pools as part of an um, agile response to business disruptions. And this internal talent first approach has, not just contributing to the boundaryless talent we talked about, but also comes with a lot of other multiple benefits. First of all, it reduces your time to hire. It is faster. Internal recruiting accelerates the hiring process by at least 63%, reducing the time to hire. It's cheaper. Research has shown that external hiring can cost up to almost twice sometimes of internal hiring. Internal recruiting accelerates the new hire productivity by 69%, which shortens the onboarding time. And internal hires are 6 times more effective than all other hiring sources and improves retention by 81%, helping organizations improve both employee engagement and retention. And not just that, it also helps to develop, deploy, and design a future fit workforce with the skills that the org needs at the time it needs, at the place it needs, making it truly boundaryless. With all of this set up, let's also look at why Seagate proceeded on their journey for a talent marketplace and the results we achieved with this. As some of you would know, Seagate is one of the leading providers of data storage solutions globally. And we've shipped over 3 zettabytes in our 40-year plus history. Like many other organizations, when COVID 19 disrupted our lives as we knew it, Seagate also had to pivot to hybrid work. We had to adjust to changes in the market and customer demands. We had to build more agility and scalability into how we prioritized emerging areas of growth, and at the same time realigning areas that were not operating at full capacity. And to be able to not just survive but thrive in a niche tech industry like ours, where we need very specific skills, experiences, and knowledge, developing and placing the right talent in the right role requires an in-depth understanding of everyone's competencies and ambitions. And with a headcount of more than 40,000 employees, it's it's impossible to manually keep track of each employee's unique blend of skills and experiences. So a challenge for us was, how do we do this while achieving both speed and scale? Um, as I like to say, technology is just an enabler. A disruptive cultural change like a talent marketplace program calls for behavioral changes to maximize the impact of such programs. But what does it take to get everyone on board and ensure there is inclusivity, equity, and transparency? For this strategy to prove successful, we needed to bridge existing skill gaps that could hinder internal mobility. We also developed an academic curriculum, by the way, designed to equip employees with skills needed to stay relevant and to contribute to evolving business priorities. So we were supporting employees not just by saying that we need them in different new roles, we also made sure that we are helping them upskill through these components. But how do we complement this curriculum with hands-on learning opportunities? How do we include projects and gigs and redeployment to full-time jobs? Um, and lastly, but extremely important to us, is the second capital D of diversity that I talked about in the DVUCAD world today. Pivoting the business relied on finding the right talent and ensuring every worker had equal access to these opportunities. We wanted to reduce the biases that can influence career trajectories internally and ensure hiring decisions were, skill led. And like I mentioned earlier about talent marketplaces, what could be a better solution for this challenge than an AI driven talent marketplace, which we named Career Discovery? This talent marketplace doesn't just bridge and balance the supply and demand of talent within Seagate, but also gives an organization like us visibility into our skill supply, giving our managers access to a bigger, a global, a more diverse, and a boundary-less talent pool, and then bringing in transparency and visibility for employees to open opportunities which are not just limited to open jobs, but also include career opportunities like internal gigs and mentorships. And all this while reducing the possibility of a bias creep by design, relying on AI to surface candidates who are truly a good fit, a cultural fit, and are interested in the opportunities that we are providing. Our talent agility and internal mobility story with Career Discovery is really a story of when our company, our company's goals were met by the upskilling and, I would like to say, ambition quotient of our employees. And this is where we have taken the internal first approach to the next level, by ensuring that it's our internal talent that gets the chance to fill the open positions first and drives the gig economy, that then helps us harness the employee career goals to satisfy the business needs that we have. Career Discovery today, as we call it, is supporting Seagate in democratizing career development, unlocking skills and productivity, and future proofing our jobs as well. Today, in Career Discovery, Seagate employees can easily discover the next chapter of their careers within the organization via personalized recommendations based on not just their current skills and experience, but also taking into consideration their career aspirations and destination roles. So, what is it that they really want to do in the future is also considered, and not just what they are doing today. On the other hand, it also helps HR hiring managers improve employee retention, advance more career, reduce time to hire, and all the great things we talked about earlier on how internal first approach is helping us recruit the right talent within. It's supporting our talent to leverage their skills and align with the goals outside of their day jobs as well, by working on part-time projects in teams and departments and business units outside of their current role, which, by the way, is helping us improve our organizational agility and is unlocking hidden and diverse talent for us. And lastly, it is also helping us break the silos and network with global teams as employees, seek or provide mentorship to other colleagues in the organization. And this is what our workforce likes to call a truly talent without borders. So that's the hashtag, by the way, that came from our employees and not from us. Now, quickly, to put all of this in perspective and to contextualize this journey in numbers, our current rate of redeployment is at one person per day, with approximately 500 employees placed internally using Career Discovery since the launch. We've unlocked over 60,000 hours in productivity via the internal gigs and part time projects. The interesting thing about these gigs or the internal projects is that 50% of them are cross entity. Going back to the hashtag we talked about being borderless. And employees are learning an average of three new skills for every project that they do. So this is also making sure that we are upskilling our workforce to be more future fit. We didn't expect this, but 91% of Seagate employees are already registered on this tool and are a part of this program. And 80% of them have shown high interest by completing their profiles and, taking part in one form or the other of the opportunity available on the platform today. And I can proudly, say that this is way above industry benchmark. So I'm quite proud of this achievement within Seagate. And also, in just 4 months of launch, this program helped us generate about 1.4 million USD in savings. And very important, something very close to my heart is the cause of diversity and inclusion. And we also saw a 58% increase in participation and assignment of women through this talent marketplace. Today, 1.4x more applications are coming from more diverse groups within Seagate. And with this, I would just like to say that as talent and skills take the center stage, if you are also grappling with the same challenges that most other organizations are, and like most organizations, you are looking to transform from a workplace where their workforce needs to work to a workplace where their workforce wants to work, talent marketplace is definitely the solution you need to try and reap the many benefits it brings, just like we did at Seagate. If you have any questions, anything that you want to ask, you can connect with me on LinkedIn and I'll be happy to, just discuss, debate, answer any questions or learn more from everyone. Again, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for giving us the opportunity to share our story and our learnings. And with this, back to you.